Well, good day and I love you. It's Saturday, September 16th, and all is well with our souls. I'm so happy to be here with you today. I have some amazing learning due to my experience with you all in here, and I can't wait to share this. I learned about myself and my own process by interacting with others and all that is around me. Of course, everything before me is a mirror of me. So the way I learn about me is by how I treat you, how I feel from you, how you interact with me, how I affect you, and likewise, right? And with that, when I hear the same thing or I see the same thing over and over again, occurring in my life, I recognize now that that synchronicity is like the learning on the table. So I'm able to pay attention and pay attention to the fact that this thing's being said repeatedly, or I'm running into this type of thing, or whatever is happening over and over, and so this must be the learning for me. So it's this sentence right now that's flagging my radar, okay? And the sentence is, the whatever makes me emotional. Your post makes me emotional. I'm not sure why your message made me so emotional. That text you wrote made me so emotional, right? And when I hear this from people, if I were to carry that sentence out, it almost sounds like they're kind of saying, that text you wrote made me emotional, and it's somewhat out of the ordinary, or I'm somewhat uncomfortable with it, right? There's a degree of, since the person says, your words made me emotional, since they're commenting on it and bringing attention and focus to the fact that these words, this post, this interaction made them emotional, there is a connotation and understanding that that is not their normal process. This being emotional in response to what I said, or to my text or my post or our interaction or whatever, evoked emotion out of them that they are apparently not used to. It's at least not the norm. Whether or not it made them uncomfortable is another story. That's to carry it on down, right? But so I was thinking about this. I was thinking about this specifically from a post that Joanne wrote in here, and I'm not sure if it's public in our village, so I will, yeah, it's in the nutrition section. And she had asked a question, I responded, then I posted it in the village. Other people came and supported her, and she said the post made her so emotional, right? And then the other day, Robert said the same thing to me. I'll elaborate more on these in a minute. But it was Joanne's that made the learning come full circle for me. And so what I was thinking is, we have 3 parts to our body. I was speaking with Robert about this today, actually. And that's another thing. It's just like the learning just came full circle. And I'm like, whoa. We have the energetic body, the spiritual body, and the physical body, right? And you cannot have the health of 2 at the absence of 1 and have that human living in harmony. It just doesn't work. You can't have fabulous biology and a great spiritual connection to your own soul and all that is, and then have energetic disease. Think the world's a bad place. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't go together. And so in order to have harmony, health, and happiness in the physical body, you must embody all 3. That's why the term mental health is so freaking whack. The way humans are viewing our health nowadays is so freaking whack. Like, well, I've got my physical health in that compartment over there. My spiritual health is up on the shelf. We'll take it out next week. And my emotional health is in the backseat of my car right now. But let me tell you, I'm a boss babe. You can't, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You have to address the whole triangle. And so the beautiful news is we have an energetic, emotional body that comes equipped with a divine messaging system, and it's working and receiving and transmitting for our highest good every second of every day, right? And the way it works is through your intuitive and innate and inherent feeling system in the body. Your emotions are not to be excised, they're to be integrated. Humans are always trying to cut off this and cut out that. How about we bring it in? How about we make some peace with it? It blows my mind. For how long people have been trying to paramount and champion mind over matter, yet mental health is worse than ever. Suicide rates are up. It's not working. It's not working, okay? Just like off the cuff, off the top, just cut and dry, simple. So what if we looked at things a different way? What if we looked at the fact that we have this beautiful, innate, emotional, inherent, energetic feeling system, and once we feel something, we can pull it from our subconscious, from our energetic body, into the light, into our conscious seeing. By feeling it, by acknowledging it, we can heal it, okay? That's one part of this. So I was thinking about the fact that I'm a high feeler, and I have been ever since I came. Since I've been consciously working on my ability to feel and help others, I have honed my feeling system and my ability to access the field incredibly. Often when I meet with people in a healing capacity, I can feel their belief systems. I can feel their parents. I can feel their parents' belief systems. I can feel a family dynamic. I can feel how they view themselves and the world and interact, if you will. It's like they come with a bubble and the bubble has writing all over it for me. And so that's how I interact. That's how I flow. And the thing is, I really don't desire to tone it down in any way, shape, or form, because to me, it's my God-given ability, and it helps me develop my well-being. It helps me pay attention to what's going on inside me. And that's why I'm able to use it to help others, right? Well, the kicker is I'm starting to understand even more that if you are willing, then when we work in this way together, you get turned on to your feeling system. What I do is draw your attention to your emotional and energetic body. Now take that sentence and let's put it in science terms. I draw your attention to your energetic and emotional body. I help you divert your energy. We kind of like take it like a river and we divert your energy to the part of you that has been ostracized and cut off from your well-being, because you're a performance-based creature and you have a to-do list and you know, it's all about this stuff, right? And I help you bring in that whole triangle. I help you pay attention to how things feel on the most simplistic level. Now, that allows you to access your full health and to show up in a different capacity and approach for your own healing, your own health, your own happiness, your own well-being, your own growth, right? So the 2 times in this last week that, there's a ton of stuff going on here in our village that, I read every single thing that comes through here. I see every single thing that comes in here. And I don't think there's any way I can put into words how much information I receive in the words, in the exchange, and in the field, and to what degree I process. So when I say there's 2 things, there's been 200, but to highlight what's helped me really integrate this learning in this last week is Robert, for one, is showing up in a completely, let me put it this way. Robert's had changes go on in his life and his, dynamic, where he is choosing to allow himself to be vulnerable, to put down his hammer, and to learn to develop some other tools in his life and in his body. And that's powerful. And so I think it was like a week ago, I could feel that he was just sort of feeling like ain't hammering shit. You know what I mean? Like, just to put it real simply. And so I sent him a message because I remember in 2017 when Spirit said to me I was going to have to put down that big, manly, tough part of me, that big, strong body I had built, that physical prowess that allowed me to feel invincible and like I could conquer anything, with a back injury, a knee injury, and a car accident. And I couldn't even put on my own shoes or put on my own underwear, and I had to ask for help. So I had to have this part of me that dominated my dealings with myself, with my family, and with my life, arrested. And it was inaccessible. I couldn't tap on this big ooh that I always had to run my life right then and to keep my fears at a distance. And it allowed me to not have to process some of my emotions and dynamics because I could just plow through them. I would just be strong through them. Well, without that part of me running my show, I had to meet the more feminine, receptive, softer feeling part of me that is just as important, but was very much obscured and hidden because of my aggressive capability, right? So I sent him a message and I was like, you know, you're my hero. You're literally the only man I know who has been willing to show up in this capacity. I'm not saying he's the only man, but he's the only man I know who is willing to go from a ooh, and you know what I mean? Like, he's a big, strong, tough guy. And to lay that down, not permanently, but to put it down for long enough to say, I always carry this hammer, and I'm willing at this point to develop some other tools in my toolbox so that my toolbox is more multifaceted. I think that's amazing. And so instead of looking at yourself as you're not doing well because you're not hammering everything, maybe you could reframe your assessment system of what's really going on with this process in your life, because what you're doing is astounding and healing and integrative. And to me, it's an investment in his health and his happiness and in our relationship and in our family. And he responded, wow, that message made me so emotional. And see, the thing is, when people say that to me, you might as well be saying to me, we just accessed the putty and tapped into my feeling system, and now I have the option presented before me to make change, should I so choose it. That's what that means. And that's what I hear. But I know most of you don't hear that and don't know it, and that's why I'm sharing today. So Joanne in our village has really been, she's really showing up. She doesn't like to eat the same food more than one day in a row. I could eat the same food probably like as long as I liked it for maybe, I don't know, maybe a month. I don't know. I'm pretty like, I ate the same breakfast for years. So she's saying to me, you know, I'm having a hard time here. I'm really trying to show up. I'm continuously on board. Can you give me some more solutions? And so she thinks like the vibe I feel from her when she sends me this message is, I'm kind of failing. I'm not doing it perfectly. Can you help me out? What I hear is, wow, I'm getting in touch with the way I work. I don't like to do this thing every day in a row, but I'm willing to continue doing the do should I have more variation. This is useful information. I'm also seeing in myself that I'm really willing to show up. I'm really, benefiting from the accountability in here and the community environment where I come share every day and people love on me. I'm really seeing that I'm doing it. So I'm not ironing out all the details with the food stuff yet, but look at me. She said, I wrote it down. She said something about perfect. I haven't done this challenge perfectly, but perfect doesn't exist. But the thing is, what I heard in that check-in was that you're doing it perfectly because perfectly is showing up in a feeling capacity and allowing all of that energy and emotion to roll through you and then choosing your responses. That's human living. So then I posted that in our nutrition section, so you all could see, number one, the solutions that I gave her in case you're experiencing the same thing in your own life. Maybe you don't like to eat the same thing every day, then you can make the modifications that I gave her. Number one, and number two, so we could rally around her and say, this all makes me so emotional. I just said it. That's so funny. It's not the rarity for me. It's the norm. And I love it. And this is how I grow. And this is who I be. And this is who I be in front of you. And then it makes it okay. This is funny. Spirit's a funny fucker. Anyway. Yeah, I said it. So I also wanted us to rally around her and to support her because she's doing such a great job. And there's no reason she should be thinking she's not doing a good job. And so when I posted that post, then everybody rallied and everybody, loved on her. And she said, this post makes me so emotional. She said, maybe I just needed, to be supported today, but I feel amazing. She said, I've been searching for this feeling. I've been looking for this, for the past 2 years, it hasn't been this good. And then she said, I didn't know that this challenge would be so good for my mental health, right? So based on what I just told you, holy hallelujah, right? And the thing is, all of you who have participated in here have grown in some way, shape, or form. If you have only checked in 5 times and it's 5 more than you did before, you have planted a seed that at one point you can pull out later and allow it to grow if you like. You have tools if you want to tap them later, right? If you have checked in and learned that checking in and the accountability is really beneficial for you, then you have really tended to your spiritual and your energetic body, because I bet you're more calm, and I bet you like yourself more, and I bet you like your life more, right? And if you have shown up and checked in and been accountable to yourself and to our tribe, and you have stayed on your fitness plan, then I bet you're all those things I just said and feeling stronger and liking your body a little bit more, and you have more energy. Now, if you've checked in every day and been accountable to yourself and our tribe and done your fitness plan and adhered to your food plan, then I bet you feel like a whole new human. I bet you feel like a whole new human. And you have tended to your physical body, your energetic body, and your emotional body, and your energy is different, and how you see yourself is different, and how you see your surroundings is different. And that is what happens in here. It's what happens in my process and those that I am around. I came to grow. And I'm so grateful for all of you in here who come play with me and allow me to be me and to love on you and to let you love on me and to grow with you and to be vulnerable with me, because we're able to do that in this environment where we might not be able to do it outside of here to the same degree. And that is priceless. So I am so very proud of all of you, and I'm so very happy for you. I was listening to what was going on in my house. As we learn to engage in this process for a period of time, we end up reprogramming our subconscious. We unwire the old thinking and reboot and recalibrate our belief system, which updates our behavior, which creates a life more suitable to our desires. And that's what we're able to do. And the thing is, like I said, you gotta have all parts of the equation. So for those of us who have been more emotional in here, or been engaging in the emotional process more than perhaps you were used to, welcome to your humanity. How you like that? I'm going to pull a card for our closing today. This has been a beautiful experience for me with all of you, as always. It's really interesting to me. It's just like, you know, this was called our Back to Basics Challenge, and it was where we were going to get back to basics. And it's really what we've done, because in my own opinion, my humble opinion, I do believe as humans we've gone rogue from our very primary and primal existence. We're the only mammal on the planet that wants to kill ourselves and others, which is evidence of social and genetic engineering, by the way, because we live on a planet that forces adaptation and a body that allows for change every second of every day. So that mess don't go together. So the good news is on that, once you understand that to be the gospel truth, you can also understand that you have the ability to update and upgrade and recalibrate your actual being, your health, your happiness, your harmony, because those are the laws of physics on planet Earth in an updatable body. Like, our body itself is so conscious. Our energy is an infinite supply, and our spiritual connection is infinite if we allow it. So there's nothing that cuts off the steady stream of goodness other than us. And the thing is, we do that by ostracizing and excising our emotional body. When we decide we're just going to be human doings over human beings, it doesn't go well. Card for today. The more energy and attention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. And it's got a little hummingbird. Look at that. All right. That's what I got for you today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for letting me share. I love you. I love you. I love you.